Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Napoleon Total War with the Great War mod. Last time around, we liberated the Latvian nation. It's currently a protectorate under the German Empire, and it was after the Battle of Mitau, it was released as its own nation, and we're going to continue doing that for quite a few different areas of Russia. Interesting enough, as I was reading up about August von Mackensen with my little, what do you call it, the TikTok trouble, I actually read up that Mackensen didn't want to annex Poland, and the reasoning behind that, because he thought there was too many Catholics in Poland, and that was one of the groups of people that he really despised was Catholics. So he thought that that would upset the demographic within the empire to have so many Catholics join in, so he didn't want to have Poland annexed into the German Empire. With that, we have a number of battles today, which I can do, so I think what we'll do is we'll continue on the Russian side. We'll quickly sweep through this battle, be able to take Lithuania, and then the focus of this video is going to be us taking down the Russian Navy over there. And then I also have this fight over here. We might not get that many opportunities to fight the British compared to fighting the Russians, so I think we'll save this for another video. I've given the Irish quite a bit of technology and money, so hopefully, yes, they are upgrading their nation. And they're getting quite a few troops, so they will hold out for a little bit longer against the British, the French, and so on. I mean, it's really the British, the Russians aren't going to be able to do anything, and the French are reduced to the island of Corsica, and so they're not doing much, are they? So it's really the British. With that, I think we'll start over here, and then we'll go on to the naval battle. So first, I have so many planes, so I'm gonna risk going... Okay, so it's cavalry and cannons, plus assault grenadiers. So the Russians... Then I want to attack the town more than I want to attack this, because I want to get into a battle with the proper army and not fight all those kind of stragglers of the last battle we fought the Russians there. The two full stacks, another one-star Russian generals. The Russian general staff isn't doing too well. No modern troops in this one. I want to see what that one has as well. We have one army over here. He's got a little bit more. 2 stars. Not super good. We did have a Russian army moving over here. I want to see... Oh, it seems to be moving into the attack. Question is... Will the Austrians hold off? They've got Hungarian infantry battalions. Got normal infantry battalions. Cavalry, mortars. Question is if the Russian army has heavy artillery. Oh, the pilot was captured and shot. A 95% chance that he was gonna be able to survive that, but nope. Somehow he was captured. Right. Oh, can I move? Oh no, because I haven't in turn. I'm excited to see what the British actually have. If they have anything. Otherwise my sea battalions might be super effective going into that. Anyways, yes. We'll bypass the stragglers and go directly for the army. So it does put us at an equal footing, but the thing is, my heavy artillery is outranging their guns. So, should be no problem for Mackensen to just rush through and destroy this. And so, let's attack Vilnius. Very simple formation. We're gonna have one long line of infantry going straight at the enemy, together with Jaegers on the flank, cavalry On the left flank, artillery should be focusing on holding down the enemy's artillery. I placed bombs. You know what? Maybe I should place the bombs. The thing is, the enemy won't really go onto them, will they? Might be better. Ah, they're assault grenadiers. Then I'll place the bombs here. The forest should retreat. As we retreat, it should cover us from a bit of the fire. As these will follow, they might run into the bombs. With that, let's start. It's also going to be quite important to keep an eye on where the enemy is going to get their reinforcements from. It's going to come right behind. If I would have known exactly the point they would have come in, because there's a little sliver of ground where I could have placed the bombs. So I could have bombed them as soon as they came out. Okay, so I think we received a little bit of fire and the enemy is kind of taking the bait and following. And it would be nice if all these idiots would march onto the bombs in the center of the woods there. So right now we're not running, we're simply walking. And the assault pioneers are moving back. I think we'll set the Jaegers in this forest right here. Given that the Russians are pushing forward as they are, I'm gonna swing up and I could be destroying the cannons on this side. I'm surprised they're actually pushing them this far forward. Otherwise the AI has been pretty good at just holding them. Oh, I think we're gonna see some explosions here going off right pretty soon. Oh, there went one. Let's see if the second one wants to go off. Or maybe that was both of them. No, that was just one. The other group of assault grenadiers should be walking onto that pretty darn soon. Halt and open fire. Do have quite a bit of cavalry in the flank there. I don't know, maybe there was both the bombs went off at the same time. It kind of looks like it's just one of them. It's hard to tell. The enemy for some reason wasted their artillery by just moving it all the way forward, or my artillery was easily able to destroy all of that. I'm gonna see about having my cavalry charge in and destroy most of these small units of stragglers. Of course, the main point I was hoping for this video is the naval battle. Focus on the assault grenadiers. Got some dragoons in the back. Here comes the cavalry. See about riding, hitting these. Oh, you should be shooting at that one. Bastard. There we go. Didn't get that many. Charge in. Charge in. I think that... Oh, did the second bomb went off without me, when I missed it? Ooh, this cavalry unit did not do well.
Our men are
and it's now retreating. The other one did a little bit better. Most of the Russian units are hiding in the woods. Have the heavy artillery blast those cavalry units. One of the few, like, staunch, resistant units that are resisting us. Leave the field, if you please. Do not die. But yeah, they are definitely outdated units at this point. Should be going for the... as soon as I can, I should be going for the mounted infantry. These guys are going on a nice flanking maneuver. Let's let's just make sure that they're not able to succeed in that. The forest is soaking up so much of that. You know, they're so... maybe it's not the best idea to charge in against assault grenadiers. Here, this should be good. This should be good. Be able to put down quite good fire, plus the fact that they're assault grenadiers. I mean, it's down to you can count these guys on one hand. We're coming very close to these assault grenadiers. Halt, but the Jaegers will continue. See if we can disperse these with a little bit of fire. I'm not intending to charge in on assault grenadiers. Oh, there they are. They fell apart. The entire army has fallen apart. And we are victorious. There we go. Victory. Nice. I'll be able to take this region. And we are definitely on our way. Good start at the conquest of Russia. And here we have the result of the battle. We deployed similar numbers, although the Russian army mostly contained drawn local populace with pitchforks. So, no surprise there that we won. We lost 500 men. Actually, quite a few friendly fires in this one. Over 100, 150 almost. The enemy lost more or less everything. Kills, assault pioneers, no surprise, that bomb. That was probably the only thing they fired there, and that took out 300. But the fact that I don't see the second assault pioneer leads me to believe the second bomb was never set off, or maybe not even placed. Because they moved so tightly in that area, so I'm kind of surprised there that the second bomb didn't go off. The battle would have lasted a lot. Wouldn't have been going on for as long as it did if the second bomb had gone off and killed similar number. 300 men in just that one bomb. So that's good. And I could release this nation, but we're not going to. We're gonna hold that. Order of the Black Eagle. Prestige and morale in battle. Still a Russian unit out there, which is kind of odd. I'm gonna send my cavalry after them. That is good use of the cavalry. Because I don't think infantry could have actually marched just as well. But there, now I control that. The next target is Minsk. However, there's 2 full stacks on the way, but I don't have to worry about that right now. What I have to worry about right now is going out to the Russian Navy. Now, I haven't been able to scout out what they actually have in their army. So it's going to be a little bit of a surprise as our Navy goes in to smash them. Okay, so they have actually a lot more bigger ships than I thought. They have battleship, dreadnought battleship, which they've got 3 of. Then they got 2 battle cruisers. Then two pre-dreadnoughts, actually 3 pre-dreadnought, and then a cruiser and destroyer and a transport ship. So just to recap, 3 battleships, dreadnought battleships, 3 dreadnought battleships, 2 battle cruisers, 3 pre-dreadnought pre-dreadnoughts, 1 armored cruiser and 1 destroyer. I do have a lot better ships, as we have dreadnought battleships, quite a few of them, a lot more, 4. We've got 1 battle cruiser. Pre-dreadnought battleships, I've got a lot of those. And then we've got an armored cruiser and 2 light cruisers. Should be victorious here. For finally, we're back on the high seas. High seas. We're in the Baltics. Hardly the high seas, but it's another naval battle. And there we are, out on sea. Hopefully, this won't be such a mess as the last battle we had, but it might just be. So my plan is we're gonna send in the light cruisers. I don't think they'll be able to do much because of their firepower, so I'm just gonna send them in to soak up fire from the enemy, and then I'm gonna try and sandwich the enemy by having 2 groups on either side run up along it while these are going in, causing havoc in the middle. And then I've got a 3rd one just to back up these guys, and they're gonna move up, then park. You know what? They should also be in line. And then they're gonna park somewhere there and fire up the column. That's the plan anyways. Let's see if we're able to execute it. It's good weather, so I should have quite a clear view what's going on throughout the battle. So as these move forward, I think we'll angle them because we outrange the enemy so much, or we outrange them. The range is so high that we'll have to increase it, because otherwise we'll run into each other so close. So hopefully this is a good setup as we go into battle. So the light cruisers going in for armored cruisers. 1 armored, 2 light. So they're gonna go in at the column right in the middle, while the others heading on the side. It's gonna be important to check here. We might have to start turning slightly to the side already. Given the range of the guns, we might just be able to fire already here. Yep, the enemy is able to fire. But the thing is we need to turn like this, but then I need to turn back so that we don't go too far out the flank, so we're not able to actually push fire onto the enemy. So far so good. The enemy has so far just fired their forward cannons. So each of the ships carry 2 guns in the front and I think 2 in the back. And these are the guns that have been firing on my ships so far, so they haven't leveled. Yeah, now this fleet has turned way off to the side and is no longer kind of firing, and you should be turning that way. This is kind of the point I should stop these. Turn them on the side. And fire forward, kind of above, as these go in. And this fleet is firing, good, good. And this fleet is firing, and now these guys are laying fire onto the enemy. We are receiving fire now. I see we're losing crew and cannon among the Admiral group, and now we're losing quite badly in the forward ship on the 2nd group. But the enemy should be focusing now more so on the light cruisers and the armored cruiser that's going in the middle here. And that should aid these fleets going up the side. Plus these, of course, leveling firing. So now I'm leveling firing from 3 sides. Boom! That was one of mine. Boom! That was one of the enemies. causing mayhem. And then we have our armored cruiser trying to rout away from the fight. So far, so good. Still a little bit of concern because we're losing cannons. Quite a lot of cannons on a lot of our ships. Oh, and the enemy's admiral is on fire. And he's dead. Although we haven't gotten a message for him being dead yet, but there's no one on the ship anymore. And the ship's on fire. At a certain point here I need to start turning in. Maybe not that drastically. Good fire being leveled upon the enemy here. And then these, of course, firing in. Same on this side. Oh, there's these three cannot... They are without range. Oh, I should have checked a little bit more closely which ships were in range and which were not. These have not been firing. It's just the one there in the lead ship there. So the pre-dreadnoughts. Okay, I think we'll push these through, straight through, and then they'll fire into the enemy as they go along. So this one has been able to fire at long range. Now we'll actually have to do quite the turn to be able to continue to fire on the enemy. And same here. And then to get these... Damn, that was a miss. These three have not been able to fire throughout this. Oh, passing really close to each other. Plus this one laying fire into the side as well. 6 cannons left on that one. That means just forward cannons, I believe. Did something explode? I'm gonna order this one to retreat. It's not gonna be very useful. Let's try to stop. Let's see if we can't go somewhere like that so we can actually fire on them. I want to stop the Russians from going any further. I think if we turn these now, we might be able to fire on them. Russians are turning down here. So it was actually a lot... The battle was a lot more difficult than I thought. What ended up being a lot more difficult than I thought.
One of our ships is withdrawing from the
fight. Now these guys... Oh! We've got a Russian ship exploding, I think. Was that the Admiral ship? That just exploded? The enemy's Admiral, that is. Our Admiral's fleet is coming in. And it's going to be joined by the one ship with long range out of second group. Okay, let's take stock here of what's left. So on our side we've got 7 ships left. On the Russian side they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ships left. Low amount of cannons on all of these. But so on ours. Oh, we do have slightly better though, I'd say. The 20 on that side, 14 on this side. Turn to get the good side leveled onto the enemy. Same with this. And you barely have any cannons left. And also the wrong side. Admiral firing right side. 22, this one's firing the right side. 11. 15, firing the right side. 2. 5. Okay, so that's firing the right side. So these two are turning around to level the good sides on. You know what? Sit there and fire on them. And you will sit there and fire on them. And then the number 1 group will pass by like that. And then number 2 will pass like that. I think we've got the Russians. They're not as coordinated as I am. Although I'm not actually that coordinated. As we can see, I'm sitting next to this one which is on fire. There's a risk of that one exploding. So I might want to just move away a little bit. The battle ended up quite chaotic, but then again, you're dealing with basically glass cannons. Just because the ships lose cannons so quickly when fire starts to come in. Yeah, we're gonna see the Russian fleet surrender here. They've lined up and they're going kind of line in to right where the Admiral's fleet or the Admiral's group is coming in. And I imagine they're leveling all their fire on the lead ship that hasn't surrendered. So you know what? They don't even need to move. They can just sit there, fire from that position. Let's have you leave. Oh, you're down to 5. Let's have you leave. 13. So you have 6 cannons. Let them all leave, and let's see if we can't get the Russians, the remaining Russians, to move north to meet us. So they got a little armored cruiser there, and then they've got the Dreadnought battleship and Dreadnought. Oh, one of our ships exploded. Nasty. You know what? We might want to move because currently they might be heading out of range for us. It's well within range to fire on this. Why isn't more fire coming here? Look, there's sailors all over here. Dotted all over. They've literally dropped sailors everywhere. I think it's because the way the ships fire. It might not be that all the troops die immediately from the explosion. I think as the shots are coming in, it's actually sort of getting the crew to kind of fly off the ship, because there's no way otherwise they would have been dropping. This one's just about to explode. You can tell because the sail started to go on fire. Let's see, are they firing on the Russians? Yeah, so that was a big mistake. Making sure... Oh, that one exploded. That was a big mistake, seeing... Yeah, there we go. I'm missing the fact that... second group had a lot of ships that weren't able to fire within range, or weren't able to range in at that long range, and it was just the lead ship that was able to fire like that. I'm gonna bring the column together, and then we're gonna sit here and shoot the Russians as they try to approach, and then we're gonna call it a day. But yeah, it's kind of a disaster actually, in terms of, once again, we kind of ended up with a disaster. But it's just because the ships are so, like, they break so easily. So there's still 24 crew on this one. And there's 38 on this one. And I mean, this is unlike any kind of Napoleon Total War naval battle there is, because of just the range, the accuracy of the guns, and the power of the guns. I'm surprised we haven't completely blown them sky high here. Given that I'm laying... Okay, that one, is that not... It's 10 shots from that one. It's 15 from that. 22 from this one. 13 from the Admiral. And 2 from this one. Surprised they're still going. That one's about to burst open any second now. Oh, they're firing the forward guns after this one, which I've ordered to retreat. I mean, its entire side is completely blown up. There's only 7 crew and 4 functioning cannons. Okay, now he surrendered on fire. Now everyone focus in on this one. He's able to put out a little fire against us. But soon enough, he'll be forced to surrender as well. We might take on... I mean, what we learned from the last naval battle was that we don't get any prize money. What we do get is we can claim enemy surrendered ships. So I could take on ships that have the maximum range, and I could take them on and put them in my fleet. Yeah, as we go along here, this is not all crew, this is bits and bobs of the ship, but you can see they've dropped crew along the way. Damn, I think this is just the nature of naval battles in this, that what you need to go for is really the ones with the longest range, and try to outrange the enemy as best as possible. Or just find opportunities when you can, where the AI advance straight into your fire, and that's how you gotta do it. But with that, we got a close victory, and here we have the result of the battle. 14 ships deployed on our side, where 5 were lost. We only killed 2 enemy ships according to this. Enemy deploying 11. Borislav Stolin. Stolin? You don't mean that that's an O? Is that it's supposed to be an O? Maybe an A? The long lost brother of Stalin. Borislav. 11 ships deploying for the Russians, whereon which 6 were lost. 2 remain, 1 killed, and 3 of them were captured, where with an armored cruiser, which I don't want, battle cruiser, which I think is the one that has the good range. We actually 2 battle cruisers, so we'll take on the battle cruisers, and then the armored cruiser can go straight to the bottom of the sea. So if we look at it, it's the Westfalen and the Nassau did the kills. Both ships, I'm pretty sure, are not part of our fleet anymore, or they've sunken. Pretty strange that only 2 kills were claimed. Huh. Right. That's pretty cool under fire. Yeah, I imagine, given that his entire ship was just shot to pieces. So what did I say it was? It was the Westfalen. That one. That one killed one. So it would have been the last ship in the first group. And then it was... What was the other one? Deutschland, Pommern, Brunswick, Friedrich III. Okay, so that must have been a ship that sunk the other one. Or was it Westfalen and Nassau? Nassau was the other one, right? Because there's the Nassau class, but this is the SMS Nassau. And that one... So the back ships in the group were able to take out enemy ships. I think it needs to be like direct hits. It can't be that they surrender and slowly burn to death. It needs to be like they're destroyed. So let's have our fleet limp back into port. I want to see... Yeah, the naval upkeep just fell out the bottom there. But there we have it. So we've taken Vilnius in this episode. And we cleared the sea around here. But that means that I'm gonna have to build a lot of ships if I'm gonna try and kill the British. And then also the French. I think the easiest way, rather than to try and fight the French fleet, is to try and snipe cap out them here. And in that way... Actually, there's no French fleet here anymore. Huh. I could just... I mean... SMS Freya could just go ahead and check what they have here. Even if it sinks, it would be fun to kind of know what they've got. Oh, there's the French fleet. Oh, is the... Damn, the French are bringing tons of machine guns there. Okay, so there's an Italian fleet. Okay, so I'm gathering the French might do a naval attack. They might launch this fleet to try and retake Marseille. You know what? Duke of Württemberg is diverted. He's no longer going into Italy to attack. Hindenburg is going to go alone and he's going to go for Torino because they're no longer like focusing the troops around against him. So I think he should be able to go on that alone, and then your target will be to get a fleet somehow and attack the island and take out the French. Of course, I imagine the French have something similar to our base income, 10,000. So they'll always be able to build stuff here. And looks like they are building quite a few units. So that needs to be stopped. I can't have the French constantly attacking us in the south there. Or just as I go along in Italy. So we'll have to deal with them somehow. We'll have to load the army onto a boat and get them. But with that, we're going to end this episode right here. So I say as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.
withdrawing from the fight.